Hey, morning everybody. Ace Daily starts now. Doggy on a mission to get home. I don't know what the hurry is. All right, everybody. So, I got this new vent phone holder. I'm trying it out in the car today. I don't think I like it. So I might just use it for GPS, but we shall see. Onward to adventure. All right, so I've got the camera in the spot where I used to have it, and I'm really digging it there. So unless I decide to move it to the other side of the mirror, I think this is where we're going to keep it for now. So it's doing what it's doing, and it is what it is. So again, off to adventure. See you in a bit. Today we're in Hyde Park, and I'm at the Elizabet Ney Museum. Let's go see what they got. There is this artistic piece here. It's a painted bicycle. We also have this grand rock wall. Let's see what we can find out. We have a little free library, but it doesn't look like it's active yet. Elizabet Ney, January 26, 1833 to June 29, 1907. World-renowned sculptor, lived 35 years in Texas, where she executed works of many noted citizens. Her full name was Francesca Bernardina Wilhelma Elizabet Ney. She was born in Munster, Germany. And this wall is being restructured, but it was a gift of the Violet Crown Garden Club of Austin in 1939. It is a historical landmark, and there's who's rebuilding the wall, and there is the museum. Hello.
How's it going?
Pretty good. You?
Good.
Is it okay if I video in here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I'll be quiet.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So this is Elizabet Ney's art studio. She immigrated from Europe during the 1800s. She was the first woman to train in portrait sculpture at the Royal Academy of Munich. And then she spent her 20s and 30s executing portrait sculpture on commission from different heads of state and wealthy Europeans. She used to sleep on the roof at night, and that ladder goes up to the roof.
Oh, wow.
This is our basement.
Oh, wow. There's a basement.
Elizabet Ney used to keep her clay down there.
Try to keep it cool.
And moist.
Is that her?
That's a painting of her sculpting King George of Hanover.
Oh, wow.
Elizabet Ney worked right up until the very end of her life and had a heart attack repairing the statue of Prometheus, and you can still see her finger marks in his shoulder where she was applying liquid plaster at the age of 74 when she had her heart attack.
That's very interesting.
These are some of her clients from her time in Europe.
How did they wind up here?
Elizabet Ney went back once she had this space constructed and brought her artwork back through Galveston.
Oh, wow. That's neat. The people evidently didn't have a problem with it, or their families.
These were mostly her plaster copies. So
Oh,
she
okay.
owned the plaster ones, and then the marble final product would be sold to
Oh,
the clients. So
duh.
there would be a duplicate marble copy of most of these statues in Europe. We own a few of the marble ones, like this one of Garibaldi and the Mystery Lady have come into the museum's possession over time.
Oh, that's neat. Sounds like a neat thing, mystery lady.
An art dealer recognized her name on the back of the sculpture and purchased it and brought it to the museum.
Well, that's cool.
And the HRC, the Harry Ransom Center, owns all of the collection, and UT commissioned these 3 statues here, so that's how we got the marble
Okay.
ones of those statues into the museum's possession. This skeleton was an anatomical item that Elizabet Ney purchased. These were mass-produced and sold to artists and doctors during her time. And the hands that you see here and the foot over there were cast off of Elizabet Ney's body to prepare for this statue of Lady Macbeth. So you can see her hands and her foot on the statue.
Oh, wow, that's cool. She used herself as a model. That's Sam Houston.
The
That's Stephen F.
statue
Austin.
of Sam Houston and Stephen F. Austin are the plaster versions of the 2 marble statues that are in the Capitol in downtown Austin. Another copy is also in Statuary Hall in Washington, D.C.
Oh, wow. Okay, I've seen both those versions. Actually, because we went to DC a while back and we made sure that we saw all the Texas representatives that were in I think it's the Great Hall, or I can't remember what it's called.
Like the Rotunda.
Yeah.
And the marble version of this plaster statue of Albert Sidney Johnston is on top of his gravesite at the Texas State Cemetery in East Austin, where he was reinterred after his death at the Battle of Shiloh during the American Civil War. Elizabet Ney was commissioned to execute that marble statue for his gravesite to commemorate him being removed from the battlefield of Shiloh. This scene depicts that moment, which is why it's so important to resolve our disputes peacefully without resorting to violence.
We should not fight amongst ourselves, that's for sure.
Her son, Lorne. Elizabet Ney raised Lorne in Hempstead and wanted him to be a true cultured European-style young man, so she forced him to wear a toga in order to encourage him to become more of a classicist. And you can see her wearing a similar toga in this photo of her. Lorne would rebel against his mother's wishes
I wonder why.
became a Texas cowboy and joined Teddy Roosevelt's Rough Riders.
Well, I mean, if you can't wear a toga, if you don't want to wear a toga, I guess that's a good place to go instead.
This statue of Jesus was executed for the St. Louis World's Fair. He has an elongated face so that it could be viewed from below. This was intended to go on a pillar 20 feet in the air.
Wow. Very, very talented.
And then you can go upstairs. I should stay down here.
Okay.
But her cot that she used to sleep on the roof with is upstairs, and her bathtub and her rocking chair. And there's a tower with a hidden door.
Ooh. Okay. Well, thank you. Formosa is the name of its residence. Hot. This was her pathway. This is the tower study. Fireplace.
That castle was commissioned by King Ludwig II.
Ah, he's the one that had it built, huh?
Yeah.
Everybody thought it was Walt Disney.
Well, Walt Disney copied that castle in the Cinderella castle.
Right.
So this served as the inspiration point for that particular castle. King Ludwig II became a king as a teenager and then disassociated from reality and began spending his family fortune on a series of large, opulent castles in the middle of nowhere in the Bavarian Alps. And he was eventually declared insane by the state of Bavaria.
Oh, come on now. Well, that was really refreshing and really neat. I'm sort of bashful when it comes to going to places. I know it probably doesn't seem that way, but I never want to get in trouble, and I don't want to, I don't want to bother people. But Steve was very nice, and he led me around. He was sort of unsure whether he wanted to be on video or not, so I'm going to keep it to a minimum for him. And I really enjoyed that. If you get a chance and you're in Austin, make sure you stop by the Elizabet Ney Museum. Formosa. You'll be glad you did. They don't make those anymore. Hey, I hope you liked my video today. Remember, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share me with your friends. And remember, if I don't see you in the future, I'll see you in the pasture. Please like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment below. Thank you.